What up? This is Wassup Flobo, episode 165, I think. Well, dang. How you guys doing all over the planet? I'm here in the studio 1A, because there's a 2B, but I never use it, here in Culver City, California. Just hanging out on a Wednesday morning about some things I'm doing and about some things I'm procrastinating on. Before I start, gotta get this out of the way. I got t-shirts. I got sweatshirts. I got all kinds of accessories over at the Flobito shop. That is flobito.threadless.com. That's flobito.threadless.com. And I want to give a special shout out to people on our Patreon, the members of the Boisterous crew, patreon.com/FloboBoys. I had a poll last month, and I was like, what should I get my mom for Mother's Day? You guys came through, and I appreciate you for that. So make sure you become a member of the Boisterous crew at patreon.com/FloboBoys. Now, you know this about me. I do a lot of things. And about the past couple of weeks, we're talking about how the world was opening up. Last Wednesday, I had pre-recorded this show a day early because I got my second vaccine, that Moderna drip. What? And for me, I guess it was not pleasant, but it could have been a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Like I got it at Wednesday morning. Wednesday night, my arm was hurting like 3 times worse than it was the first time. But pro tip, Thermacare wraps really do work. Thermacare wraps. If you get your second vaccine, the extra heating pad, if you want a heating pad, if you have a plugging one on, you fine. But I want the Thermacare, like little back wraps, like wrapped around my arm, helped out so much. The next day, the Thursday, I felt like I had a hangover, which, again, isn't pleasant, but it was a lot better than some of the side effects I've heard from other people. I didn't throw up. I didn't get the chills. I didn't get the fever. So that was like cool of it all. So definitely worth it if you can do it, if you believe in that kind of stuff. Can't force it to you, but I got it. I'm here to tell the tale and to talk about it. But the week has been crazy. If you guys have been on the Instagram, you'll see that I got to commentate my first boxing match, which is pretty cool. Got to tap into my inner Mauro Ranallo because, frankly, as a wrestling fan, I know wrestling commentary. I didn't know boxing commentary, and Mauro Ranallo was really one of the few guys to do them both. So I kind of just aped his style. So if you clip this out and show Mauro to say, if it wasn't for you, there would be no me calling boxing. But of all things I'm working on, and it feels like the past 3 weeks have been more intense than ever before. We're talking the content shows that I'm on, trying to clip those shows, trying to get guests for shows. We talked about that a lot of times in this show. And definitely the esports stuff. Not only my casting gigs have picked up, 2 of the leagues I play for have picked up. And so it's just been a juggling act between finding gigs to cast on and finding the play time with one team, finding time with a second team, and being available for practice or scrims and all that stuff. It takes a lot of time, and I can see how people can't do it and why most players are either students or self-employed like myself, right? If I had a 9-to-5 job before I had multiple kids, it was like, no way. I'm not going to make that happen. But the one part about it, the part I do neglect, the part I do procrastinate, I want to talk to you about today, and it's my writing side. The writing side, just to show people that now I understand all content at its base is some kind of writing. Even though I'm doing this live and off the cuff, you could argue that I am just writing, or I am trying to think of a format in my head, and I'm just saying it in my head. So writing is a building block for everything. But when I say writing, I mean the comedy stuff. Now with comedy clubs opening back, it's the question I have to ask myself as a comedian is what's my voice is going to be post-pandemic, post-Black Lives Matter, post-2020. And that's something I haven't found out at the core. And so writing jokes have been a little bit of a procrastinatory tale. I'll get the book and I'll go, man, I'm hungry. And also the book I'm writing, I got lost in the weeds with one chapter. And I finished that chapter, but when it was done, I was like, sheesh. It's kind of disappointing because I thought at first the book would be released by June, or at least I would have settled for a first draft by June, but now it's the 5th of May, and I'm like, So even though I do a lot, and sometimes I get praised for doing a lot, there are some aspects of Flobo Corp of New Amsterdam Radio that seems to get neglected. It is about spinning plates sometimes. You can spin all the plates at once for a very, very short time, but over time you may have to like tend to one plate over the other, and one tends to wobble a bit. It's okay. Be nice to yourself. I told myself to break down the goal today because usually on my to-do list it's like write for book. And that's easy to be like, nah, today, not in the mood. Nah. But today I have write 300 words, which is about a third of what I try to aim for when I sit down to write. So hopefully that might be a motivation to get in there, clack it out, and drop it. Because once the first draft is done, then the editing process can begin, and you can work on that. So it's a little bit of an insight to the factory, the notion of it. There is a lot of content coming down the pipe here. It is a weird feeling to, at one hand, know that this is the path I want to be on, and this is the path I am on, the content creation side, but then realize, hey, look, there's still other worlds knocking at your door, like the 9-to-5 job world, the what are you doing? Go back and go back to school and become Dr. Boyce at a weird pursuit that you didn't really care about just because you wanted to be a doctor, or drop everything and go back to just DJing full time, or all my time spent on building that business instead of the kind of hodgepodge thing I'm doing now. But if things hold steady, this is what I like to do. Just that the world is opening back up and is adding a little bit of scariness to it. But what is life without a bit of scariness? So I'm okay. Just the writing stuff is a little slower than I want to. Hopefully when the jokes come back, the shows come back, and I have chapters available, you guys will be able to check it out. Let me know what you think. But especially if you remember the Boisterous Crew, patreon.com/FloboBoys. Get access to early content, bonus shows, show notes, extra videos, and so much more. That's how you can support the arts. That's how you can support my heart. That's how you can support the arts. And that's how you can support the homie. So I want to say homie, art, heart. Love it. That does it for me. I'll see you next week. This is